Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we finished up production of our cobalt ingots, at least using the method that we currently have available. Because there actually is going to be a expanded process that we can use to make cobalt, but we don't have access to the technology yet. And then, after we worked on that, I came back over here and began dealing with some issues that had cropped up in ore purification. Primarily is that sulfuric wastewater was not being pushed through quickly enough, and it probably still isn't. But, you know, we're kind of pushing sulfuric wastewater using trains into the system here to keep the sulfur production running more effectively, which means we're going to have more sulfuric acid available, which should be good. So that's done, and I don't think it's still not quite as good as it could be. Cobalt is still a little backed up, primarily because it's backed up for sulfuric and nitric wastewater, so that is going to need to be handled in some way, but right now don't have time to really work on it, because we need to start working on the next thing, which is going to be getting nickel ingots and a small amount of nickel plate produced. So that is what we're going to work on now. So let's go ahead and get to it. I've already gone ahead and manufactured the structures we're going to need. So I need to decide where it is I want to put it. Now I could, because we have a lot of space over here, we could utilize this, but I'm going to need to leave a little bit more room, because there is going to be, as I said, a new cobalt process that I may want to take advantage of, and so this whole system may need to get moved at some point. So we'll see. That would be a bit of a headache, but you know, it's something we may eventually work on. So I'm going to need to leave some space, but really this shouldn't take up a lot of space. It's going to be, you know, more vertical than horizontal, I think. We need to make sure that we don't bump into the copper too much as well. So I think probably coming over here and starting to set up nickel would be best. Yes. So right about right about there. I need 12 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I did kind of change some scaling here as far as how much we're producing to have a nice even ratio here. I'm not sure it's really necessary, but I think that this whole thing is going to produce far more nickel than we're going to need. But it's okay. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Alright. Okay, now the output of this gets dumped into the output of these goes into 18 chemical furnaces. That's a lot of chemical furnaces. I hadn't thought about that. And these things are rather large. What's the total output? 24 per second processed nickel. That could be easily handled by a single belt. Be easily handled by a single belt. So I think that's what we'll do. And then we'll wrap this around like this. And so if we divided this into like 3 rows of 6, I think that could work. So we're going to need 3 rows of 6. And I need an input line, right? We need an output line. You're making nickel cathodes. And I need a sulfuric acid input. Which actually would be fairly simple. Okay. What's going to be our total output? 72 per second nickel cathodes. That's quite a bit. But this will do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to set up 1 row. And I think I will alternate these so that they use both sides of the belt. There we go. And that should do it. So let's create a blueprint of that. Okay. So I guess we'll just wait for the constructor bots to bring in the rest of this. And I'll use medium power poles for the power lines. Alright, so the output of this needs to be fed into 6 blast furnaces. Which will be, what, 3 sets of 2? It'll be the easiest way to do that. And we'll probably need to clear some forest here to make some more room. Alright, so I think I can just do this in the same line. Remember that the blast furnaces are going to need a supply of fuel. So I actually want to space them out 2 apart. So they're going to take... Alright, they're going to take the cathodes as an input. And they're going to just dump out ingots as an output. And they're going to have a fuel line come through here. Alright, and we'll run the fuel. Through here. Now, do I want to run it off of this line, or do I want to run off of the primary? You know, this fuel gets used so slowly that I think we can just run it off of this line here. I can create a split. Actually, that's not where I want that to come through. Right. Because we're going to need a splitter. There we go. Okay. We're probably going to need to clear a little bit more of the forest over here. Alright, let's do the blueprint thing. Alright. I think we can probably finish off some of this. Alright, I think we just need some more inserters installed, though it looks like... I think it's probably just one. It should be on its way. Alright, now we just need to feed this thing with sulfuric acid and nickel ore. So sulfuric acid... will come through here. Alright, where's the actual acid located? there. And there is a line that's coming through here. That's a lot of fuel blocks. Thing is that this thing is... Oh, no, there's still room in there. Alright, good. Okay, that should hopefully work. Bring that through there. It should fill the whole system up. Good. Alright, so that's where we're going to be coming with the nickel. Alright, which one of these is nickel? That should be you. Indeed. We use the same method we did before. And we just follow the pre-existing lines, and everything should connect through. If I can place the belt where it's supposed to be. Alright, there we go. It will eventually start making it all the way through. Alright, and it's running through. We're producing cathodes. And those cathodes are going here to produce ingots. So we're going to need a silo. There we go. You can see how slowly these fuel blocks are used. Put some lights down. There we go. Alright, see ore making it all the way through. I think it's starting to. Making it past here, making it past there. And this one will fill up. And this one will start to fill up. Yeah, these guys are running at maximum capacity now, and yeah, they're filling up faster than they're processing. So we're at maximum processed ore output. Everything's coming through fine. Good. So then we can feed that into our eventual iron process. And I think that's the thing we're going to be working on next. Is going to be iron. Actually, we are going to need some nickel plate. But a very small amount of it. So we are going to need to take some of this nickel plate, or nickel ingot, and I'm going to need to make one induction furnace and 3 casting machines. I think that's the ratio that works. Yes, 120 to 40. It's 1 to 3. And you're making molten nickel. We're going to put that in a tank. Run it through a pump. Need a bit more room here to work. Then we'll have our 3 casting machines. And we'll do our normal loader output method. Alright, so there we are. That's a line of nickel plate. We'll go ahead and we'll put that wherever it is that we're going to be loading it once we have a loading area. But then this thing is basically going to fill the whole system up, and that will be good. Okay. I think, at that particular point, with that whole system all done, we'll go ahead and end the episode here. And then, once we come back, we will get to work on our iron. As the next process, actually, we need to make some adjustments here because it's all Mark IVs. We obviously don't have Mark IVs. Induction furnace Mark IIIs. Blast furnace Mark IIIs. Pellet press, we only have Mark IIs of those. And ore processing machine Mark IIIs. Okay, yep, that works. Alright, so we'll end it here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.